Hi and welcome to the latest episode of Pat's Procrastination, brought to you by the Pat's Propaganda YouTube channel. Please do not forget to subscribe. You'll get notified each time there is a show that way. So we are coming in quite quickly after the game, which is very unusual for us here because you usually have to percolate it for a little bit of time and things like that, usually work related. But anyway, so it is Chudders and Clazzy Clare. So, Chudders, how are we feeling about this 21-18 win over the Steelers on the road?
The path to the Super Bowl is quite clear now, to be honest. I mean, we just need every other team in the AFC to basically lose out. Patriots win out, Super Bowl still on.
Really?
Well, technically, I think there is, I have seen someone.
Oh, is there like a 0.0001 chance?
Yeah, exactly. There is technically a possibility that it's all gone.
I reckon if the Patriots make the Super Bowl, you should buy me a sandwich.
I tell you what, if the Patriots make the Super Bowl, I'll buy you a banquet for a week, I think.
Ooh.
In fact, I tell you what, no. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I will buy.
Oh, you said go to the Super Bowl first.
Okay. If the Patriots get to the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I will buy you the item you added to your Amazon wish list last night of a new Zappy Zappy shirt.
No, don't get doing that because you know that I'm not like.
Well, you added one to your Amazon wish.
Zappy.
I'm sure all your fans saw the fact that you did. So we'll get you one of those. Now you're all on the Zappy train.
We need a PO box for Pat.
It was at half time. I think it was half time you added that to your shopping basket.
I did not. I was way too busy watching to do anything.
So what did you think?
Nothing.
Probably.
Anyway,
we almost need to split this into two halves, quite literally. Yes. What did you think of the first half then, Claire?
Definitely a game of two halves, no doubt about it. The first half was great and it was exciting and it was full of tight endage and it was touchdown mania and it's wonderful.
It was brilliant. Zappy played well. Opening drive for a touchdown. It literally doesn't get better than that. That was great to see. We wanted to see it all season. It feels like forever since we last saw that happen. So that was just a great start to the game. 3 passing touchdowns as well. We felt like we were watching a different team, in my view. This is what we'd wanted to see.
Yeah, mostly. This is the frustration. This is the offense that I thought was still there, sort of thing. There was still this, when they've been playing so badly, it was like, but these guys are good. Hunter Henry, he's a good tight end. Ezekiel Elliott, good. He's a really good running back and things like this. Why can't we get these guys going?
Well, it's strange. You got I'm going to say beat up. Well, they're not injured, but a O-line that's been performing relatively badly all season. You've got your number one running back who's out, your starting quarterback who's now been benched, and arguably, but pretty much nailed on, your top 2 receivers are both injured. But yet this is the best that the Patriots have probably looked for a half of football for a couple of seasons now. I thought that was really good first half. So 2 touchdowns for Hunter Henry. That sparkled for you, did it? Maybe.
Well, yeah, on his yes, I did squeal at least twice during that game. I can't remember if I squealed during the Elliott touchdown. I don't think I did. I think it was solely reserved for Hunter Henry, to be honest with you. Great way to celebrate his 29th birthday. Yeah, it was very exciting. The thing is, I think we've said off air, or when we did the 10 other takes of the show that we did today, there's going to be the fan base that are going to be split by this win, isn't there? We're not going to touch on the draft just yet because I'll get told off because I told you off. So, but yeah, I know that it's a situation where there's fans going to be watching this as we're giving the good bits for the offense, and I know that you need to give some of yours as well. That are going to be like, yeah, but we just wanted them to lose, and I appreciate the why, but I'm still caught up in that first half was just exciting to watch for a change, and it was like the offense that we think that I don't know. I was interested to find out this morning that Sidi Sow played 100% of the game. I didn't quite realise that he did actually, that he suited up for all the snaps, which was quite interesting.
Just on offense, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought he did okay. I do think Matthews had a better season tonight.
I didn't mean he did amazing. I was just surprised that he was in for the whole game. That's all I meant, was I didn't realise he was in for the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, Onwenu, I think it was, he was against TJ Watt. I thought did well. Managed to restrict him. The O-line did. Here we go.
Sorry.
See?
And he had to pick it. The thing is, with Onwenu, he had to pick it up from the last game, because he didn't play very. Was it the last game that he kind of got a bit schooled?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he didn't have a good game last week against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was, no matter what you want to take, or rather, whatever you wanted going into this game, you can probably come away with finding it. If you're a Zappy fan, you can come away with the first half. If you're a Mac fan, you can come away with the second half and say, Zappy's not that good, actually. If you are in for the tank, probably disappointed, but the Patriots still sit number 2 in the draft now. If you are, no, let's win everything, you got a first half impressive win out of it. There really is something for whatever sort of fan you are out there. There's probably something you can take away as a positive from this game.
See, that's the interesting thing that you said, is they've still got the second round draft pick, though. I know that it ultimately means going forward it could alter, but this win hasn't.
You said second round draft pick.
Second draft pick. Number 2 in the draft. Yes, sorry, apologies. Either not enough or too much coffee. It's debatable at this point. Yeah, it's interesting that they're still in that same place, but it's if they have any more wins that it alters.
Let's get to that later. Before you tell me off for talking about the draft too early, Claire. Positives and negatives from the game. I thought
it's a game recap show. Go on.
I thought Zeke had a very good game. My big but with this, I mean, he was good on the ground. He was good receiving, 140 yards in total. He had a phenomenal game. I was disappointed. Harris particularly was elevated, but not used once as running back. I think almost the better that Elliott plays, the less likely he's going to be playing for the Patriots next season. I'd like to know what else is in the locker there. So it was a little bit disappointing that no one else got a shot.
Oh, a positive though with Zeke is, from what I hear, now this is only like speculation, so this doesn't actually certainty anything, is that him and Ramondre are good friends, get on well, support each other. So it's interesting that if Stevenson is the future, would that hold any kind of pull for Zeke? And also, I think I mentioned this in the last show, if Bill leaves, the offensive players might want to be part of that rebuilding, out of the ashes situation. So maybe he's got an element of that about him as well. But that's something, kind of off-season talk, really, I suppose.
I think it'll come down to who's going to pay him the most money. And I doubt the Patriots as a number 2 running back behind Stevenson, sadly.
Well, yeah, we shall see. But, yeah, he was a workhorse during that game. And I know you said, shines the spotlight on.
22 carries for 68 yards, 7 receptions on 8 targets. Yeah, he had a great game. And the other one, I think you've got to give a slight nod to, is Smith-Schuster, who had 4 catches. It's probably the best game he's had for the Patriots, 90 yards against his old team.
Yeah, that made me frustrated. Where's this Juju been?
He's got a proper quarterback behind him now, hasn't he? So.
Oh, really? Oh, so it wasn't actually me that added the Zappy jersey to my wish list. It was actually you that did. You're projecting. So there you have it, folks. Write in, send Chudders Zappy jersey if you want to get him something for Christmas.
I'm a defensive guy. You probably can't see. I've got a number 54. This is one of my Brewski shirts. This is the salute to service, so we can mention it now. Army-Navy game at the weekend, which is why I went for this one today.
Very good.
Go Army.
Go Navy.
Oh, boo you.
Boo you.
Sandwich bet, Army Navy.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm with you on that one.
Okay. Like that. I like
Loser
that.
buys a sandwich.
Yeah.
I think we need to
I'm
mix it
happy.
up because I think we're going to be eating way too many sandwiches. So maybe the maybe the loser buys coffee or tea or something. Something along those lines, hot chocolate, that kind of situation to go with the sandwich.
A Russian pack, yeah. So
That's just made it extra exciting.
Other goods looking more now at the defense. Tavai had a standout game. Wilson, I thought, had a good game.
Yeah.
They had 2 out of 3 stops on 4th down. Go on.
No, you stole my Wilson take.
Yeah, they did.
The
linebackers, you're stealing my players. I'd never mentioned anything about any tight ends.
Hey, my love of linebackers started with Jack Campbell in the draft.
So someone else's player. I can't remember where he went now. Is it Colts?
Detroit
Lions.
Yeah.
Wow. I wanted the defense to score on that interception by Peppers.
Yeah.
When he was charging down the outside, I really wanted them to score. The celebrations they would have had, they deserved it after the 4 or 5 weeks they've had now, totally dominating. It's I really wanted them to score. Sadly, they didn't. But another solid performance by the defense.
Mm-hmm. I think they took their foot off the gas a bit in the second half. I know, obviously, the play calling for the offense and defense, I think, fell off in the second half. I think it was like both sides were full throttle first half, and the second half, I know the offense, kind of really lost everything, but the defense seemed to slow down. Now, I'm not saying they played badly, don't get me wrong, but they did seem to, we're winning kind of.
I think it was very conservative play calling.
Yeah.
Very conservative. It was more of let's not lose this than let's go and win it. They felt, right, we've won it with what we've done in the first half. Let's not lose it. Let's play quite deep. Let's keep them inside.
There wasn't the urgency that needed to be there still.
Rely on the running game. Nothing too ambitious that could cost us. And in some ways it nearly did.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
It was too conservative, I think, in the second half. No foot on the throat.
Yeah.
Another negative, I didn't think JC Jackson had a good game. He's beat for the touchdown, gave up some PIs. He's not looking great at the moment. I said a couple of weeks ago, I think he serves better as a number 2. But hopefully he'll prove and turn around. You're giggling there, Claire.
He's stealing all my comments.
I don't know what you're talking about, Claire. How would I know what you'd written down?
He's so bad. It's stealing everything that I was going to say. So this is going to turn into a Just Chudders show because he's just going to know everything that I'm going to say and just say everything because I was going to say that. How rude. I was going to say that. How JC's been playing like he should be a number 2 to Gonzalez's number 1, and it's unfortunate. Be interesting to see what they do there next season then. If they maintain him as that number 2, if they feel that his experience in the Patriots and that can serve him well as a number 2 to Gonzalez, so to think.
And it'd be interesting to see who's defensive coordinator. If there is new head coach.
Yeah, of course.
And is it Mayo or Belichick, Steve Belichick, continuing on the defensive side of the ball, or has that been overturned with a new head coach that's come in and brought his guys in? It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out, I think.
I'll tell you who else wasn't very good in this game. The special teams.
Oh. Go on, tell me about the
special teams did not play very well. Well, you've got all the stats, I'm sure, but yeah, the special teams did not play so great with the block punt and the Schooler penalty. That was really ridiculous. He needs a Gibbs slap the back of the head for doing that kind of thing.
I feel like he's had a few of those this season.
He's
a special teams specialist.
Yeah.
And he's not had a great season, don't think.
Yeah, there's been a few where it looks like he's lost his temper and it's caused him to snap and create a penalty, which was unfortunate, really. But
no, the special teams didn't have a good day. Not a good day. It's strange. It's a worry when you've got 2 seasoned coordinators on that side of the ball. All the time, dedication, love that Belichick infuses on it. And I don't mean that as a dig. He genuinely sees that as a method of winning a game of football. It's not like it's an afterthought with him, but yet it's looked so bad this season. It's strange.
Do you think that maybe because depending on what's going to happen and things like this, maybe Bill Belichick has sort of delegated a little bit more than he usually does or something because he's getting older or whatever, so perhaps he's delegated a bit more to Joe Judge, particularly because Judge is so experienced when it comes to special teams, and that's what has been maybe the downfall, is Judge isn't as good at special teams as maybe he thinks he is or something. Potentially, I'm not throwing shade on him, I'm just saying potentially is this a situation, because that might be the only thing that's really different, is Judge is maybe now taking on more, perhaps.
Potentially, but I doubt it, because I think when he was with the Patriots on his first run through, I think he had full autonomy then. I think he was genuinely leading the special teams. It wasn't like he was a number 2 to Belichick then, because I think that's what helped to get him the job at the Giants, was they saw someone who was a genuine leader, a genuine coordinator, who could make that step up to head coach. So I think he had a lot of autonomy there and sort of power. So he obviously, when he first came back, he didn't have that again. Working as special advisor and on the offense then. Now he I think by title, you don't think he's taken it from Cam Accord, but I think in practicality he has. But it's just disappointing the way they've played, I think.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't like how people are blaming excessively the punter and the kicker, although, yeah, granted, Ryland has had his moments of issues. The block punt, I don't really feel is on the punter as such, and I think I heard someone was putting a little bit of blame on him, but I don't know. I don't really think he can foresee people not being covered and that kind of thing. So I think the blaming Barringer for the block punt, I think, is a bit out of order. But you know me, I love my punter, so. Yeah,
it's an exaggeration to some extent. I mean, someone was beat on the outside. It was it was one man uncovered. He could have been quicker. He could have even potentially called a timeout. I think the Patriots had one left. They did at that point. They had 3 left. He could have called a timeout. He could have called for a protection change, because ultimately he has the best view of the field. But I agree. I think it's harsh to blame him in that situation.
So do we have any more goods for the game recap? I mean, obviously the defense we've called out. Have we said the goods on defense? You've given kudos to Tavai and Matt Wilson.
I think you mentioned how Matt Wilson had a great game.
I was going to. John Jones as well. He had a reasonable, only flashes. Granted, it's difficult when they only do a couple of really good things to sort of say, oh, he's had a great game. Well, granted, he may have only done a bit, but I think he's definitely another defensive guy that I'll check if he's a free agent next year, because he's another name that I think I would like to make sure if he's back. But I think he's on contract looking at the list, so that's okay.
The week he was nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year as well.
Yeah,
he's finished on a good week. It's been a good few days for him.
Jennings I heard his name a few times during the game in a good way. I mean, he had some strong moments as well. I know you're not a huge fan of him, and he's a free agent next year, so that's a curiosity. He had bring him back or not.
He had 4 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. He did have an impact on offense. I'm not as sold on him. He's a good player.
He slipped past that big tight end Washington, the rookie that people were sort of really championing because he's so huge. He kind of, he got past him, which I found interesting. Why are you looking at
that? Of course, it would become relevant to you because the tight end's involved. I'm not as hot on him getting re-signed, or rather, I'm less caring about whether he re-signs or not, because I feel like he's not had a great influence. But he did have a better game yesterday, to be fair.
I'd like them to I'd like them to re-sign him, but obviously I don't want them to throw the purse at him either. So, have we got any more goods. We've kind of mixed it up in goods and bads all the way through.
I think,
Really.
I
Any
think
game
we've
recap
covered.
things?
No, the only other overall question I wanted to ask you is, what do you think this win means?
Ooh. See, it's different for different situations, isn't it? Because obviously for the fan base, it's probably quite split with the whole draft pick position versus just like myself, just happy that they got a win, enjoyed the win. And there's probably more on your side of, yeah, but if they have any more wins, how far down they'll drop. I think you told me that if they have one more win, they could become sixth or something. If everyone else loses or something, but obviously that was just a generalization of who else.
Yeah.
So yeah, they could end up. So, and I hadn't quite thought of it like that. Of okay, I want a couple more wins, but that could really sacrifice the draft pick. But yeah, I was happy with the win. And like you said, it maintains the second round, the second draft pick. Oh, stuck second round in my head now. But so for the fan base, it's still going to be that divided situation. But you are going to get more Patriots fans happy today than normal, because obviously a win's going to make you happy. I think for the team itself and the locker room, it's a very positive, because the defense have balled out. And it felt a little bit like the offense have stepped up, and now they've made a win kind of almost for the defense, because the defense was so excited. I don't know if you heard the post-game show of PU, but they spoke to Jelani Tavai on it, and he was just so hyped up and so excited and so happy. And it's such a pleasure as a fan to listen to a player like that after they've worked their asses off to play a game. So I think that was interesting, that it kind of means, yeah, it's different things for different people, isn't it, at this stage?
Yeah, I think it's a good win for the team. I think you could see from the morale, from how much it genuinely seemed to mean to them all. I think that's going to help them.
I mean, did you see the thing with Slater in the locker room?
I did. What it'll mean to the season, we'll only really know at the end. Like you're alluding to, what I think it does in terms of draft stock, I think you're not going to get the number one pick now. Before today, I thought there was a genuine chance, because the Panthers looked better last week.
Yeah.
And they were in a weak division. They've still got at least 3 division games left in their schedule. They could beat Saints, the Bucks, and the Falcons, who are not playing the great themselves down there. I really thought there was a chance they could get a win, and if you'd lost out, that would put you ahead of them. It's unlikely they're going to win 2 and you're going to lose out from here. So I think the number one pick is probably out the window now, and more than likely that's probably Caleb Williams that's going to get taken by the Bears. I've even seen reports now that is what they're doing, and they're already looking to shop Fields, or they're at least getting it out there that that's their plan, to see what they will get offered.
Ooh.
But again, that could just be speculation. We'll see. You are still in the number 2 slot. You need to win a game to get out of that, really, or the strength. I mean, at the moment, the Patriots are winning strength of schedule. That could change depending on how other results go in the league, but you're unlikely to overtake Arizona in that. But as you mentioned, if we did win one more game and we got to 4 wins, if the other teams who are currently on 4 wins, you're basically in you would finish below 4 of them. There's 2 that would remain above you, if you like. Washington, because of a tiebreaker that they beat you, and the Titans, who have a worse, tougher strength of schedule. I think that's right. Anyway, from what I've seen, so it just means that one more win now could mean you're going from 2nd in the draft to 6th. Now we've got 4 weeks to go yet. A lot more will change. Some of those teams that are on 4 wins will get to 5, get to 6. But it's just that the more you win, the lower down you're going to be picking. At the moment, people will be thinking, okay, maybe if the draft was tomorrow, most likely you'd be picking between Drake May and MHJ. And that's a great choice to have, to be honest. But obviously one more win, and okay, now you might be choosing between Brock Bowers and Joe Alt or something like that. Oh, that interests you now. There's Claire's clincher for the season now. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. I was pleased we beat the Steelers. As I said the other day, I hate the Steelers more than anyone else. So I quite like beating them in the end as much as I was. I'm hoping for the best draft position we can get to, really.
Yeah, so technically, if you were to be asked, how are you feeling today? Would you be happy or not?
I would say I'm relatively agnostic today.
Okay.
I probably feel I feel happier than I have done after the games because they played well for half a game.
It's the best you're going to get, folks.
They look like a true offense for half a game. If they'd have played the whole game like they did the first half, I'd probably be more positive having seen a proper team for a whole game instead of just flashes. Because I mean, as we've discussed, when we're looking at goods, it had been one play, that one run for 38 yards or that one pass that Max made in the whole game. And it was just moments. Whereas now, okay, we're up to a half of football that looked brilliant. Maybe by the end of the season, it'll be a whole game. We'll see. I won't.
But you won't be wishing for that because unless other teams win, you won't be wishing for that because you don't want the draft pick to lower. So yeah.
It depends because I mean, if say for example, if Zappi plays like he did in the first half, next week for a whole game, next week against the Chiefs, and you lose 38-35, I will be disappointed with the defense. But I'll be pleased with what I will have seen on the offense if they've just put up 35 points. So there's context to that, I guess, really. And they've lost the game, so winner.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they've lost. It's obvious that the tight endage award goes to Hunter Henry for his 2 touchdowns, his catches, and I think 3 catches. I'll check in a minute. And to celebrate his 29th birthday.
At least Farrah Brown got a reception as well. So that's the top 2 tight ends on the Patriots roster that got receptions this week. That's good to know.
Hunter got 3 targets for 3 receptions and 2 touchdowns. And as you mentioned, Farrah Brown got 1 target for 1 reception. Yeah.
Excellent.
So he's the tight end of the week, Hunter Henry, obviously, and it's his 29th birthday.
And we thought it was going to be Pat Freiermuth as well, and he got trumped. Although you did. Well, you could have given it to Washington for whiffing on that tackle that you should have made on Jennings.
So who's your underrated guy?
Underrated player of the day. This week, it's sponsored by Claire's TE T-shirt shop. So go on, Claire, plug it.
The Pat's propaganda.
You've paid me for this.
I have not. How dare you? How dare you?
So please go ahead and sell your wares.
You cannot believe him, folks. Yes, the Pat's propaganda, Pat's prop shop still has the I like tight ends and I cannot lie, and the tight end designs available for probably a limited time. So they won't be around forever, folks. So go over to
limited edition. Claire makes them all herself by hand.
No.
So please.
And you don't get a certificate or a number. It's just no.
I would love to say I'm going to surprise you this week, but it's not a surprise because this is our second recording. So
we had a lot of technical problems this morning, folks. A lot.
We did. Claire,
I'm going to try to remember who you said, though.
All right. So it is a surprise still. Winner. Brilliant. I shouldn't have given that away. So, surprisingly, I'm going to give it to Matthew Slater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you tried to give it away earlier. I noticed. Good effort. Throwing that grenade. That's noted, Clazzy. That's noted.
Uh-oh.
As most of you probably will have seen by now, first of all, the timing was interesting. The Patriots released the locker room footage a lot quicker than they have been. Usually it's only maybe 6 hours or so after a game, maybe the next day, sometimes a day or two later. But it was almost within minutes. Within the first hour, I think, of the game finishing, they'd released the footage. I think that's because they've not had many moments to shout about recently, and they were good and keen to get as many positive vibes out there as quickly as possible. It was good to see Slater break it down, and to give the old Brewski, oh yeah. The reason I'm giving it to him is because there was a moment just after they'd broken it down where David Andrews went over and just gave him a big centre bear hug. And I may be reading more into this than I should, but it just looked like a moment between the two of them where Andrews knew that Slater got to do this one more time. A lot of people thought he might have retired last year.
Yeah.
Luckily he didn't. He carried on. He had done it once this year, although he didn't do an oh yeah. I think he did something. Did he family? I think he said family on 3.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure at this point he didn't think there would be no more opportunities to do that. But it just looked like a moment when they acknowledged, hey, you got to do this. You got to go around with this one more time. And there may well be more opportunities with games ahead, but they just look relieved that, hey, we've done this one more time, because Andrew's been there. Andrew's a vet, another team captain alongside him. That was just a nice moment. So he's getting my underrated player of the day just for that one moment, really.
I wouldn't mind an David Andrews bear hug, to be honest with you. That would go on my Christmas list, definitely.
I'll take a game ball. Oh yeah, from Matthew Slater instead. I'll take that one.
Oh no, I'll take the hug from David Andrews actually. But anyway.
So
next
onto
week,
our bets. We're getting 1 win closer to my prediction of 7 wins, which is technically still on the table here. I could be right, but I've already won that bet anyway. Gesicki to lead the team in touchdowns. I'm afraid 2 for Hunter Henry is really pushing that down the unlikely to succeed.
That's okay. I'm over that one, don't worry.
Patriots to finish 4th in the division. Now, you technically got closer to not having to buy a sandwich with the Patriots winning today, because if they win one more game, I think they would be above the Jets then.
Yeah.
So
I won't have to buy a sandwich then.
Well, I'm sure that's what the Jets will be playing for in week 18.
Oh yeah, of course.
They'll be thinking of you.
Thinking,
yeah, we have to lose here so that Claire doesn't have to buy another sandwich, because she's bought so many.
I'm on par for 2 now, aren't I? So I'm on the hook for 2.
And I owe you one.
You owe me 1, and then the Army Navy
I was going to bring this up. So you just won one last night with that victory.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll this again? Do you think the Pats will win another game this season?
No, I'm going to take my sandwich and go, else I'll never have lunch ever.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon that they will get another win this season.
So you do want to take me up on it?
I do and I don't. Can I double down? So if they do, I get 2 sandwiches, and if they don't, I only get 1.
No. Hang on. Right, last night's is done. You can have that.
Okay, cool.
So this can be a fresh one.
Okay,
Do you think they'll get another win this season?
Yes, I'll take that bet.
Okay, there we go. See, this is how you just keep.
We really could do with getting a sandwich
sponsor. So, yeah, we could. Yeah. So the Claire tracker, we went 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 2 on Tuesday. You were down to 2, 4. We're marching back up the board. So you're 4 out of 10 invested in this team now.
Not 4 out of 10 invested in this team. No, you mean
win every game, or win every game as 10.
Yeah.
And lose to get a high draft pick with 0. And you're on
I know,
4.
I'm like 4.5. Yeah.
4.5. So in 30 seconds, we've gone up half.
Are you actually making a note of this? I can't even remember why we did it.
You think I remember all these names? Yeah, you think I remember all these numbers just off the top of my head?
Anyway, we're going to go way over time. Next week, it is against the Kansas City Chiefs. It was going to be, was it Monday Night Football or something?
Yeah, it's been flexed out because we're rubbish.
Which I love it though. I love it. 6 p.m. on a Sunday, because it's a 1 o'clock game, isn't it now for the US, which is a 6 p.m. game for us, which is fantastic because it would have been a 1:15 a.m. game, which is blah. So I can now enjoy that on a Sunday evening. So thank you very much. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Not obviously the reasons why they've done it. I'm happy that they've done it though. So there you go.
So they are scheduled to play the Bills this weekend. So that's the game they will be coming off.
KC.
However, they got a home game against the Bills. However you think that will go for them. There's also the Patriots have now got a mini bye, playing Thursday. They've now got 10 days till the next game. So Patriots are coming off a mini bye. Chiefs will be coming off a home game against the Bills. What's your prediction, Claire?
Who wins?
Why do you sound surprised like we've not done this every week? Yes. Who do you think's going to win, Claire?
I'm not very good at saying the opposing team, though, because what happens is I'll start by saying, oh, yeah, Casey, you're going to win. Then you'll say something, and then I'll say something else, and then I'll end up with, actually, no, the Patriots by blah, 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 blah. So the Patriots by a point.
Patriots by 1 point.
Yes.
That's interesting. Okay. Do you think Taylor Swift is going to light the light of the lighthouse?
I couldn't give a flying...
You're not a Swiftie?
I'm not anti-Swift. I just don't give two about it. So she's dating him. Yay, good for them. Whatevs. Don't care.
More of a Britney girl.
Get on with it. No. I don't care. That's the off-field stuff. I just want to know the on-field stuff. Go and do whatever out of my way. I'm not interested.
So 1 point loss. And what's the score going to be then? How many of the Pats
1 point win for the Patriots.
Sorry, 1 point win. How many of the Pats going to get here then?
Oh, I don't know, but they're going to win.
Do you reckon it's going to be 3-2?
I don't yeah. I don't do a score prediction. You ask me who's going to win, and I'm telling you.
I do every week.
There
I
you
ask
go.
you for a score prediction, and
I don't give you one.
Weasel your way out of
it. So you're not getting one now.
Yeah,
either.
but don't pretend like I don't ask you.
Yes, so, we all ask for things that we don't get.
I've written down 27-17 to the Chiefs. They're going to be. They're 8-4. They're playing for their division. They should win pretty comfortably. Yeah. They've got a 2-game gap at the moment, I think, to the Broncos.
I got the defense dominating.
Defense is playing well.
So there you go.
But they are in the hunt for the number 1 seed in the AFC and for certainly position in some form of home field advantage, potentially in the divisional round.
And we are on the hunt for the end of the show, so let's get wrapped up, Judas. Because you would talk all day if I just let it roll. 3 hours later, Patriots fans would still be listening to you. I get the silent treatment now. Okay. Oh, this does not bode well for the next show, folks. Don't, because everybody's going to be mean to me for making you quiet. No, don't. I don't want people to be mean to me, please. I apologise for cutting you off. You did actually say that you were going to speak less so that we were under type thing. And I told you it's fine. So you can't give me the silent treatment for that. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Another edition of Pat's Procrastination brought to you from the Pat's Propaganda YouTube channel. It was episode 12. I was Clazzy Clare and he was Chudders. Hopefully he'll be talking to me by next week. So tune in next time, folks. And go Pats.
I love G.